Well, I'm joined by ESPN's Marcel Louis-Jacques. We are coming off of a game in which the Dolphins ultimately facing even more drama at the quarterback position. What would you say your biggest takeaway was from a game that ultimately saw Teddy Bridgewater finish it?
I mean, first of all, I think the Dolphins, this can't be a real team. This has to be a reality show scripted as an NFL team, right? 4 straight games in which a quarterback has to leave a game due to injury, 3 in a row in which they finished the game with a different quarterback from the one they started. But you just can't help but think that no matter what you feel about Tua Tagovailoa's status as a long-term starter, the franchise quarterback, this team is quantifiably better when he is on the field. They play better. They look better. It feels like any offensive drive could end in points. Here, it just kind of felt like, look, maybe Tyreek breaks one, maybe Jalen Waddle breaks one, and that's kind of what we saw there in the second half.
Yeah. Mike McDaniel made a point in his post-game press conference to say that you can't make excuses. So what if they started every game with a quarterback different than the one they finished with? But ultimately, I think there can be an excuse made for it, especially before the game when people really said that they prepared Skylar Thompson in a way because the game planning can be so unique, that they wanted him to get practice reps Wednesday, Thursday. How different of a team do you think that we will see next week with Tua getting the full reps throughout the week and then ultimately getting to start the game?
Yeah, and Thompson did look good, 9 of 13, 89 yards before the injury, but I think you see what this Dolphins offense is meant to be. You see a lot more of those quick reads. When you watch Skylar Thompson and you watch Teddy Bridgewater over the past couple weeks, sure, the offensive line play hasn't been great, but the progressions and the decision-making seems delayed. It seems slow. One thing about Tua, he might hang on to the ball and get himself hurt every now and then, but generally, he lets that thing go quickly. He makes his decisions quickly, and he trusts his receivers. It's a product of the chemistry that they were able to build during the summer and throughout the week at practice. I think that you see more of what we saw in the first 3 weeks from the Dolphins here, especially against a struggling Steelers team. Even though they beat the Bucs tonight,
that's true.
I give them that. But I think you see a little bit return to the mean on Sunday when Tua gets back on the field.
The Steelers, ironically, will deal with concussion issues of their own as Mitch Trubisky took over for Kenny Pickett in that game. Real quick, Marcel, tell me about the defensive injuries now facing the Dolphins and how significant they seem to be.
Yeah, I mean, the defense played well today. This is probably their best, I guess, output of the season, but it came at a cost. Kader Kohou didn't play. Byron Jones still on the physically unable to perform list. His window isn't even open, the 21-day practice window. They lost Nick Needham to what could be a high ankle sprain or an Achilles injury. McDaniel said too early to tell for now. They lost Trey Flowers for the game. I mean, the list just keeps going on. Keon Crossan out with a knee injury. It's so long that I'm forgetting players here. So they're kind of scraping the barrel at this point when it comes to, especially in the secondary, who they can go out and play. So I think this is a perfect matchup for them. You know, you don't want to go play the Chiefs. You don't want to have to go play the Chargers or some high-powered passing offense. It's probably a good thing that they get the Steelers on Sunday Night Football next week.
The Dolphins will try to get their season back on track after now 3 consecutive losses. Thanks, Marcel.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.